Well, this is episode number 2 of Racing Thoughts, and I got a better mic. Yeah, I got a better mic, and I got a new producing system, if you want to call it that. So hopefully it's gonna be a little bit better. The audio. I still have the same camera, and I still have my same setup, but hopefully the camera is good. See, right now it's a little wobbly because I need to get a better stand jack. But yeah, this is episode 2 of Racing Thoughts. I didn't know when I was going to record this from the last time, but last time I recorded it, it was like over a month. It's been no, it's been over a month ago for sure because I started working out and eating kind of healthy. It's been over a month now. I think this is week 5. Um, and that was the one when I had recorded that. That was like a week before or 2 weeks before I started, eating healthy and working out. But yeah, so not. I wouldn't say a lot has changed since the last time I recorded the first one, but definitely a new lifestyle. Okay, you know what? I guess the lifestyle has just completely changed. I'm a lot more healthy now. I've always been, relatively healthy, but now I'm a lot more focused on health. So, I wake up, I run, work out, run, and then go to work, get off work, play pickleball. I've always liked pickleball, but I picked up pickleball and I play it a few times a day or a few times a week. I try to run or not. I try to play pickleball 2 to 3 times a week. If I can, I'll go more. But it's just a nice hobby that I think I've really, really want to have gone back. It's a nice hobby that I've always wanted to get back to because I've always liked playing pickleball. I just kind of like sports in general, like playing them. And pickleball is one of the sports that I'm better at. So, and it's just a fun sport. So I started doing that. That's probably the biggest change that's happened within the last month. Me just being more healthy and just more focused on the mental and physical health. I think working on the physical health, your physical health, translate to bettering your mental health. Just because, like, was it same body, same or no, same mind, same body, something like that. I don't know. I probably butchered that, but I mean, you can't disconnect the two. Your body and your mind are just they're they're attached. Obviously, but they go hand in hand. So you take care of one, more than likely it's gonna take care of the other one. So yeah, that changed. It's been about a month since I did that change, but you've probably seen from my other podcast. There's Caden. He's the one that I've been doing it with, and he's been doing it, and I just kind of joined him. And we still every day we still like send pictures. So what we do is we send pictures to each other, the time and the date, to show or to kind of keep each other accountable. So we're still doing that. We're only 1 month in, have another month out, and oh, dude, at the very start of this, I knew one of my biggest, not temptations, would have been food and Little Caesars pizza specifically. That's my comfort food, bro. Oh, that sounds so good right now. A Little Caesars pizza sounds so good. I just Yeah, so I always knew that was gonna be my biggest temptation, and I haven't I've ate pretty clean for the past month. I have gotten like a Subway, and I had I think I had a pancake. I had two pancakes, um, but so other than that, I've been pretty clean, pretty healthy, and at the very end of the 2 months of the bet that Kane and I did, I wanted to do I wanted to do just celebrate or whatever. So I'm gonna get a Little Caesars pizza, and also I've been celibate from beating my schmeat for the same amount of time. So I've gone 4 weeks, going to 5 weeks, not beating my wiener, and I'm so proud of it because I used to uh, beat my schmeat every day, sometimes 2 times a day, and Now I'm sober from beating my meat, and I love it. I genuinely think not beating your schmeat can be very beneficial. And because every time I beat my meat, dude, I feel like I did something bad. I feel like it's wrong for me to beat my meat, and that might just be because of the way that I grew up. But yeah, I think taking 4 weeks off, taking a month off, has been nice. I think, but I'm gonna reward myself with at the end of the 2 months a Little Caesars pizza, and then like a a little tuggy on the weekend. So that's gonna be pretty fire. So that's one of the biggest things I've been looking forward to because I'm a big eater. I have a huge appetite. I think eating was probably going to be harder than working out for me when I started this, just because my diet is horrible. But that's what I'm probably the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to at the end of this challenge. One thing that I wasn't looking forward to though was I was watching an anime. It's probably the biggest piece of shit anime I've ever watched. Fucking hated it. Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Yeah, dog shit. I fucking hated that thing, dude. I talked to my sister. I literally went. I ranted to my sister, my coworker, my other coworker or ex coworker, I guess now, Thaman. Shout out Thaman, about how garbage that ending was, dude. If you haven't seen it, I guess I recommend watching it depending on what type of person you are. But okay, yeah, I guess this is gonna be spoilers because if I talk about it, it's gonna be spoilers. But I'm the kind of guy that likes happily ever after endings, and this was not a happily ever after. It's not. It wasn't like a end all be all ending, but it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted a completely different route to happen, which, and I think the fact that it makes me feel this strongly, like this, it made me feel this strongly about the show. It kind of gives it merit that it's a good show, but I don't care. I still, I have a visceral hate for this ending. It was so not what I wanted, and I was so unhappy with it that it still sticks with me. And yeah, so that's I knew what was happening during the middle part of the anime. Like it's only 10 episodes long, so it's fairly short. Um, and you could kind of tell. I mean, it's pretty obvious what was going to happen by the end of it. But I was hoping that, the last episode, I was hoping they were going to turn it around. One of the characters was going to turn it around, and everything was going to be sunshine, sunshines, celebrations. Everyone's happy. No, no, that's not what happened. No one's happy. No one by the end of that anime had a good, other than one character, which only shows up in the last episode, which was, yeah, it was horrible. So, I mean, if the last three episodes didn't exist, I would love the anime. I have it's an app called AniList, and it lets you track animes, and I have it. I need to update it. It's been a while since I updated it, but I went onto it yesterday, and I did put Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It is the lowest scored anime on my AniList, and I mean I have a decent amount, I guess, for my sake, I guess I have a decent amount added and set on my list. It's the bottom tier. It's the very last one. It's right next to another anime that Netflix did. It's an anime movie called Bubble. Dog shit. That one I didn't have any gripe with. I didn't even feel strongly about it. I think it was just a bad movie. So I think that score is, what's the word? That score is, it deserves the score that it got. Now, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I guess it probably deserves a better score than point one, the last anime in my list. But that ending just made me feel type of way, and I was so upset about it. So, like, I mean, what's another one? Like, what's another one that actually, there was another one that I watched that I actually adored the ending. I can't remember. I've watched a few animes. I watched a lot of animes, but like actually one Okay, this is another one. Shout out to Violet Evergarden, but this is another one. Um, that one has like an actual. It has like a happy ending, but essentially the main character Violet Evergarden. Well, okay, so this happens in the movie. So the anime happens. Nothing. I loved the anime. It was amazing. The visuals are great, and then there's two movies that came out afterwards. And in one of the movies, I can't remember which one. It might have been both, but where the person shows up, her love interest shows up, but essentially, this person saves Violet. And this is in a war. It's a wartime setting, and he saves her. He ends up dying in the war, and then all of a sudden he was dead the whole anime. Comes back in these two movies, and he's alive. He's alive, and then and the whole anime was about how she was learning to live without him. And then all of a sudden he comes back and she falls in love with him, accepts him, and they run off happily ever after. No, fuck that guy, dude. That guy's a fucking douchebag. He did because he was alive the whole time and he purposely didn't want to go see her. Yeah, I think that's what happened. But it's that one was bad. That movie, it didn't take away from the anime because it's a movie, so it's like its own separate entity, and it happened. Yeah, it happened. After the anime, so it's post anime. So you could really just kind of ignore it, and there's not, it doesn't really do anything to the story. Now with Cyberpunk, it is involved. That is kind of integral to the story. So yeah, it was kind of a with Cyberpunk because it was all 110 episodes, and you kind of had to watch all of it. It was the ending was disgustingly horrible. But with Violet Evergarden, the whole anime went through. I enjoyed my time with it. I had no issues I actually loved it. I can't think of any issues that I had with it. But then, the movie came out afterwards, and it's whatever. The movie came out. I watched it. I didn't really like it, and it's whatever. So, take that how you will. I'm not a critic. I'm just uh, an enjoyer, a lover of anime, I guess, anime slash manga. But there's more that I could talk about. There's JJK that I just recently caught up on, which is amazing. And actually, I went to Barnes and Nobles yesterday, and I didn't realize. I mean, this is just me being ignorant, but I didn't realize that they translated like even Stephen King books into Spanish. Like I bought one book. It's called Fairy Tale. I haven't read it yet, but I bought it in English hardcover. It looks amazing. It's right there. I could probably grab it here real quick, but it looks really good. And I haven't read it yet in English hardcover. And then they have it in translated to Spanish paperback. And I didn't buy it because it was super thick. I mean, even the English version is super thick, but the Spanish one, it was absurdly thick paperback, which I prefer hardcover, but it's more expensive. Um, and I can't imagine with Stephen King, did I say Stephen King? Is it Stephen King? I'm gonna get roasted, but I think it's Stephen King. It's Stephen King. In Stephen King's books, I bet the writing. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think I've read one of his books yet, but I bet his writing is very, I guess, advanced, and especially the wordplay that he uses and the types of words that he uses. They're probably just very what's the word? Sophisticated words. And I'm already kind of an iffy Spanish reader. I'm like okay at Spanish, and then my Spanish reading is worse. So it's like kind of iffy. It's like it takes me a while to read the words. So I can't imagine trying to read a Stephen King book in Spanish, which is kind of honestly terrifying. Like the idea of trying to finish one of his books, and especially that book, it just seems terrifying. But I did buy another Spanish book. What's it called? It's like La Ciudad en los nubes. So the city in the clouds. That one looks very interesting. I did buy that one. I want to start reading Spanish. That's why I bought it. And I might read that a little bit. I was gonna go play pickleball. I'm running a little late to play pickleball, but oh fucking hell! I actually just got a package. So speaking of that, real quick, that's a side note, but um, I'm late to go play. I'm not late, but I'm gonna be running here pretty late to play pickleball. I'm gonna go play. It's Saturday afternoon. It's like 90 degrees outside. It's dog shit. It's the 2nd of September for fourth wall breaks or whatever, and um, that's gonna be fun. And I guess this is another thing about pickleball. Okay, real quick side note: the package I said that just got delivered is a mic, a new, yeah, it was a mic for the podcast, some soap, and pickleball, pickleballs. That's it. It's just pickleballs. So that's pretty exciting. But so yeah, going forward, the audio on these podcasts, solo episodes, should be way better. So I know with like the last all the podcasts I've recorded before, the audio has been pretty iffy, and it's just because of the mic. It's really hard. You can't really cut corners when you're producing anything. I mean, obviously you can cut corners, but if you do, the quality is not going to be the best. And I think starting out, for the first like 7 episodes or 8 episodes, it was good for what it was. But now these actually, this isn't even not. This is probably actually no. This is less expensive than that the other mic. I it probably just depends on what you use it for and why the pricing is that way. Maybe it's just like brand. The branding is why it's so expensive. But anyways, yeah. So the quality of the mic is going to be way better going forward. Very excited about it. Like I said, I got new podcast equipment. It's actually kind of cool setting it all up. It's a lot simpler, believe it or not, with this. So that's gonna be exciting. The editing process is gonna be a little bit different, but that's a side note. Going back to pickleball, because I'm gonna go play that here in a little bit. I've been playing. So in 8th grade, my 8th grade math teacher, Mr. Wood, shout out Mr. Wood. He taught me how to play pickleball. He was the person who first introduced me to pickleball, and I've always been okay at it. I would say just an average player. I wasn't anything crazy. I wasn't crazy good. I'm still not crazy. I'm not even good, really, honestly. But I knew that I was okay at it. I could probably beat the average player. Um, slowly but surely, I kind of got my footing. And then just a month ago, again, when I started working out, eating healthy, I wanted to start getting into pickleball. So I went out to the courts and I went out with my roommates. And there's this one guy, Jake. Shout out Jake. Pretty cool guy. He was like, we need one more player to go play pickleball and with us. And I was like, I'm always like, if someone asks me, even now when I go, I wait to see where everyone else is gonna go, and because he was definitely better than me, and I don't like to like, oh yeah, I want to go play with you because they're better and the game won't be as exciting if I play because I'm not as good. I know that's how I have to get better, but that's actually why after the fact I got his phone number. I got someone else's phone number. There's a group of 4 people, me included, that now go play pickleball together, and they're leagues ahead of me. But it's so fun to play with them. So anyways, yeah, he was like, "Yo, someone needs to come play on our court or whatever," and I was like, he was like, "All right, come on, come on." I was like, "Okay, I'll go play," because my other roommates, they're not as not outgoing, but they didn't want to put them. They were tired, and I mean, I was tired too, and I was just, I didn't want to play with them, and they didn't, I guess, really want to play doubles with them, but anyways, I ended up playing with him, and oh, I ended up playing with him, and I got his number. Came back the next week, and it was 1 week. I met someone else there. I met 2 other people there, and I've been playing since 8th grade. And like I said, I felt like I could beat the average player. I go against these guys, no shot. They've only been playing pickleball. One, Colin, he's only been playing for I can't remember how long he's been playing. It has not been that long. Danny, super cool dude. Love Danny. He uh the day that I met him was the first day that he had ever played pickleball, and I guarantee you he could have pickled me. Fat zero, easy. He's crazy, insanely good because he used to play D1 tennis because he's not from here. He's out of state, and then he picked up pickleball while he was here, and yeah, there's just no way that I would, even now, there's no shot that I would. I'm okay. there's no shot that I could easily beat him. If I beat him, it would be a very, very hard fought match. I think he's probably got me like 8 out of 10 times, honestly. Like he's very good, but it kind of puts into perspective how bad you are at a sport when you think. Because I thought I was like, yeah, okay, I thought I was. I always knew I was just a little bit better than the average player, and I've played with some really, really good people. But I thought I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not horrible. I can play a little bit. And then yeah, Danny's first day out just completely destroys me. I was like, fuck. That's kind of it was a little tough on the ego, but it was good. It was good. And then you start realizing how much because I've asked other people how long they've been playing. They're like, yeah, 4 months, 6 months, just this year, 5, 6 years, some of them. And you could tell the amount of time that people have played almost normally corresponds with what their level is, which obviously makes sense. But it's kind of cool to see, even within the last month of me playing. I took a week off because I got a tattoo, but even within the last month of me playing, you can tell, or I can see the improvement in my game. And actually, just yesterday, I switched up my grip, which was a game changer. Yeah, I used to use, I don't know, I forgot what they call it, a Western grip. So in ping pong, not pickleball, I used to play a little bit of ping pong too, but um, it's a Western grip is when you kind of have your finger on the paddle on the backhand. At least that's what I did on the backside for your backhand. And Colin, he is very good. He was a very good ping pong player. Um, he was telling me, I think if you switch to Continental, I think you would actually do a lot better. I think you could add more to your arsenal, or just add better plays to your arsenal. I was like, okay, all right, I'll try it out. Yesterday was the first time I tried it out, and I hadn't ever hit any dinks, any power shots, any backhands like I did yesterday, just in that one day that I was playing with the Continental grip. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see because we did drills. It was just me and him. It was actually just me and him for like an hour or two, just hitting it back and forth to each other, which is really nice. Really nice, just drilling and just hitting, practicing shots. So that was really cool. And I think we're gonna do that like every Friday. I really want to just start practicing more. But that's kind of what I've got going on now. I've been going. Wow. Yeah, I've been going longer than what I thought. These are easier than I thought it'd be too. I thought because I didn't. Who can sit down on a chair and just fucking just talk like for you know. I guess I didn't realize I like talking that much. Okay, so there was a little cut there because I checked the time and I just realized me trying to sync up the audio with the video is going to be interesting. I'm going to see how I edit this one. But I think that's probably going to be it for this one. I know I said I was going to try to go for 30 minutes. I think this one just might be like 20, 25, so it's not going to be as long as the first one. But for these solo ones, I really just kind of want to talk about what's on my mind at the time. So I don't really have anything planned. Maybe eventually I'll get questions coming in. But I did figure out the name. Yeah, I guess I didn't mention that at first. Racing Thoughts. So that's what the name of the solo pod series is going to be. So I talked with Jessie, actually my sister. So we kind of, or at least we both kind of settled on Racing Thoughts. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this lines up, how this kind of goes on the back end. But yeah, this was episode 2 of Racing Thoughts. Hopefully next time I have a little bit more to talk about. More pickleball stories. We'll see if I talk more about anime slash manga. I probably want to talk about more JJK next time, but because there's some hype stuff going on. But yeah, this has been episode 2 of Racing Thoughts. I'll see you guys on the next one.